One night in the city, John returns home to his wife Karen, but the two do not talk much. They even have dinner in different rooms. It is clear their relationship has broken. However, they sit together for a little while and watch the news. On TV, a report says an infection is spreading very fast. John thinks it is a conspiracy by a big pharma company and even says that maybe the same company is spreading this virus. But Karen does not pay attention to his theories. John says he will check some papers before going to sleep. At that moment, Karen wants to say something, but she stays quiet and thinks, "I will talk tomorrow." The next morning, John hears the sound of a plane flying very close over the roof. It breaks their roof and crashes nearby. At the same time, Karen finally wants to talk to John, but John goes outside to see the accident. He does not hear that Karen actually wants to give him a divorce. Outside, John sees that the plane has hit a building and started a fire. Neighbors say that infected people have begun to bite. John immediately returns home and tells Karen while sirens keep sounding outside. They look through the window and find that the infected have become zombies, who attack people and eat them. Alarmed, they turn on the news. Karen, sitting tense, starts drinking alcohol, while reporters repeatedly warn everyone to stay inside their homes. Then they check the food and realize they have very little supplies. The stress becomes so much that John goes straight to the bathroom and vomits. Karen says she should go to the neighbor's apartment to get supplies. She explains that now such actions are not illegal. She also promises that they will take turns going. A little later, John returns with food supplies. He says the neighbor's door was open. Now it is Karen's turn, but before going out, she prepares fully. She puts on a helmet, wears gloves, and tapes a knife to her shoe. She tells John to take out all the moving boxes from the closet so the stuff can be put inside them. When Karen comes back, John asks if those boxes were brought because she was going to leave him or just for storing things. Karen only says yes and nothing more. After that, she sends John out again and tells him to also bring the neighbor's big TV. In the evening, the news reporter broadcasts for the last time. He says this is their final message. They will return when things are normal. He reminds people, stay inside your homes and avoid physical contact with anyone. The army is evacuating people. Those who need help should mark an X on their windows, and there will be an update on the radio every day at 3 p.m. John and Karen tape an X on their window, but that very night, a helicopter flies over their house without stopping. The next morning, John finds Karen coming back with supplies. She says she could not sleep, so she went to other apartments and took things. John makes her promise that when this epidemic ends, they will return everything, but he feels disappointed when he sees that Karen brought beautiful clothes instead of important supplies. After that, John starts to fear that zombies may enter the house. He finds ways to protect himself. For example, he makes a temporary flamethrower using spray and a lighter. Karen helps too. They gather all the knives and hammers in the apartment and put sacks of flour to blur the enemy's sight. At 3 p.m. on the radio, government officers say that the cause of the epidemic has still not been found. Only some parts of the world are affected, but they are trying their best to keep electricity and water running, to keep themselves busy. John and Karen play cards. John says he hopes everything will become normal again. He says, history is proof. Humanity has even recovered from disasters like the Black Plague. But Karen gets annoyed with his fake positivity and starts drinking early in the morning. When John scolds her, Karen bursts out, I have been drinking every day for 1 year. And you didn't even notice. She goes to the nursery, and both finally face the pain they were running from. Actually, their little daughter has died, and since then, their relationship has broken. Karen says that soon we will also be gone, but John reassures her, no, we will survive. Both decide to stay ready in case of an attack and begin exercising, but Karen does not stop drinking. One night, Karen hears a noise at the door. John thinks maybe a rescue team has come, but as soon as he opens the door, a zombie tries to come inside. Both push hard together to shut the door. The next afternoon, the radio announces that a scientist is trying to isolate the virus and make a vaccine. But the lack of correct news increases the stress. To reduce this stress, John and Karen start smoking. But when cigarettes are not enough, Karen reveals that she has stronger stuff, which she had stolen from the evidence locker. John gets scared at first, but then he also takes the happy powder with Karen. Karen teases him by calling him chicken, then admits she is proud of him. Then she brings out her full secret stash, many illegal drugs, and a gun. Karen also reveals that the last few times when she and John got intimate, she had mixed drugs in the muffins she baked. John is shocked, but now he also wants to try more. That evening, both sit, drink alcohol, and watch old VHS movies. The next morning, Karen suddenly gets startled by the sound of gunshots. John was practicing with the gun and broke the cup Karen's mother had given her. John says Karen never liked her mother anyway, but Karen still gets angry. Karen goes to the bathroom and sees a helicopter flying overhead, but it does not stop in their neighborhood. During breakfast, John admits that yesterday's experience was an eye-opener. He says, we have to prepare to survive for a long time. Both start by throwing the broken cup pieces outside the door. Then they make many Molotov bombs using alcohol. They continue exercising, but also keep using the happy powder. At 3 p.m., they turn on the radio, but this time there is no broadcast. Then suddenly, there is a knock at the door. John and Karen grab hammers and slowly open the door. Outside stand their neighbors, Leo and Emily. They ask for permission to come inside and tell their situation. They say that after the plane crash, they got trapped in the laundry room. By the time they came out, zombies had taken over their apartment. They realized someone was here because of the broken cup outside. Leo and Emily had been hungry for 2 days, so they request food. John and Karen go to the kitchen. Meanwhile, both couples talk quietly among themselves. Emily tells Leo that Karen went crazy after losing her child, and now she can never be a mother again. She also complains that Karen removed her notes from the laundry room. On the other side, Karen tells John that they must save food. She mocks Emily, saying she had filled the whole laundry room with annoying post-it notes. John believes helping is the right thing. Karen suggests adding a little happy powder to the food because it reduces hunger. During dinner, Emily notices that the clothes and TV Karen has actually belong to her. Karen asks the guests what their plan is now. Leo says if you want, we can leave, but Karen does not have the courage to throw them out. Leo says he's good at cleaning. Karen replies that fine, they can help with that work. In the evening, they all sit together, drink, and talk. Emily keeps stopping Leo so he doesn't argue with John and to maintain a good image. When it is time to sleep, Leo and Emily get shocked to hear that they will have to sleep on the floor. While brushing teeth, Karen angrily tells John, "These people think they are better than us just because their house has extra rooms." But still, she does not want to throw them out, because she fears that after the epidemic, other neighbors will judge them for not helping. That night, Karen playfully gets intimate with John, on purpose, so the guests can hear the noise. Emily takes it as a challenge and does the same with Leo. Slowly, both women make more noise, competing with each other. The next morning, Emily sits in the bathroom, doing nothing just to make Karen wait. After breakfast, Karen tells the guests that they will get food only if they clean. While cleaning, Emily complains that this work is humiliating. Leo explains to her to bear it for a while and even says that if you want, we can just leave this place. But Emily wants revenge, so both decide that at night they will attack John and Karen. After the cleaning, Karen is taking a nap. Leo and Emily say to each other, "Come on, let's do it now." But Karen hears them and takes John into a room to tell him that she suspects something. Both think Leo and Emily want to kill them, so they decide to strike first. Karen makes some cookies, secretly mixing illegal powder inside. Her plan is only to scare them, but she puts too much powder. Leo and Emily eat so many cookies that they die on the couch. John and Karen are crushed with guilt and take happy powder to calm themselves. Suddenly they hear a noise. Leo and Emily start to rise, but not as humans, as zombies. Karen immediately grabs the gun and shoots them both dead. After this, they drag the bodies to another apartment and spend the rest of the day taking uppers. When it's time to sleep, both take sleeping pills and sink into a deep sleep. That night, their sleep is so heavy that they don't even hear a rescue helicopter flying nearby, telling survivors to turn on their lights so they can be found. The next morning, Karen says that since this could be their last day, she now wants to live a real life. Both take powder again and spend a long time being close with each other. Later, while bathing, Karen says that when all this is over, she wants to adopt a child. John agrees. Both admit that they never really stopped loving each other, and now they want to rebuild their relationship. So, they decide to have a date night first. John admits that after losing their child, he buried himself in work, but this epidemic has taught him what really matters. After watching a romantic movie, both are about to get intimate when suddenly there's a knock on the door. A voice says it's the rescue team. Karen opens the door, but 3 thugs rush inside and hurt her. They threaten John with a knife and demand valuables, while their leader drags Karen into another room. But Karen doesn't give up. She throws flour in his face, kicks him in the stomach, then grabs scissors and stabs his neck again and again. The other 2 thugs angrily rush to attack Karen, but John comes with the gun and shoots them both. Later, they drag the bodies to another apartment and hide them, then drink alcohol. Just then, they hear the voice of a real rescue team. Both go to the window and signal, but the helicopter doesn't see them. Seeing this, Karen becomes upset because their food is about to run out. John promises her that after resting, they'll make a new plan together. At midnight, Karen wakes up and sees John sharpening all the weapons and putting fresh batteries in the flashlight. Both put on protective clothes and kiss each other lovingly. Then they go outside to fight the zombie crowd, but the enemies are too many, and they're forced to retreat. After reaching home, Karen reveals that her leg has been bitten. John comforts her and says that if she stays alive, maybe she won't turn into a zombie. And anyway, some pharma company will surely make money from a vaccine, but Karen now feels a strange hunger. John cuts his hand and pours blood into a glass for her. Karen drinks it immediately, and her hunger calms a little. But she says John can't keep doing this forever. John angrily says that it's his decision, and they just need to hold on until help comes. Both cry, hug each other, and Karen admits that now she can even smell John's blood. That night, they come close to each other without using any powder. But the next morning, John wakes up to find Karen not in bed. In the bathroom, he finds a letter where Karen thanks him and writes that she keeps having nightmares of turning into a zombie, so she wants John to end it. John goes to the nursery and sees that Karen has already turned into a zombie, but she has chained herself up. Hanging from her neck is a board that reads, "Love me, kill me." John, in tears, tells her about his dreams and their future. Then he drinks alcohol to gather courage and picks up the gun. But at that moment, a squad of soldiers enters, having noticed the X mark on the window. When they reach the nursery, they find that John and Karen have both already turned into zombies, with their hands taped together. The captain calls it love, but another soldier reads out the new law. Zombies are no longer considered citizens, and to keep peace, they must be executed immediately. The soldiers shoot them both and leave.